So I've been seeing a lot of people taking the $2,000 stimulus or rebate check extra serious, and I hate to burst a nigga bubble out here, man, but some simple math will let you know that it's probably I ain't saying it's impossible, but it's highly unlikely that we're gonna get $2,000. Uh, let's start with this, right? Okay, 195 billion in custom duties off of the tariffs alone, and the significant increase in tariff revenue, the Trump tariffs, of course, actually being 1.7 $117 billion. How about my bad? Now, they're talking about giving this $2,000 to a majority of, moderate income, pretty much middle class to lower class income families, right? And you don't have to take my word for it, because Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said this himself. Now, a moderate wage here in America is about $60,000, right? Uh, Most people make in between that range right down here below me, or right above me now, which is $34,000 to $86,000, which means a lot of Americans would qualify. Now, luckily, they've already done the math, so we don't have to. But this would cost around $600 billion to get those Americans, those majority of Americans, that $2,000. Even though we've only brought in an extra $100 billion, we haven't even got to a point where we're covering half of that. And let's just say a million people, only a million people qualified for this $2,000. That's all the money we've collected just this year. So are we waiting until the end of his 4-year term to get the check? I know they're saying something about possibly next year. I know a lot of people are hoping that it's going to happen before Christmas. That's probably unlikely because, again, the money isn't there yet. They've just started bringing in money, right? And Trump is supposedly supposed to be signing a bill that's going to cut taxes from overtime, tips, and otherwise, right? And speaking of money that's just going to come out of thin air, Senator Ted Cruz is asking Trump to reimburse Texas $11 billion because they spent money on the border during the Biden-Harris administration. Now, if you actually go and look at the Big Beautiful Bill's budget, this is their budget for all of their ICE and border security operations, right? As you can see, they have a budget set aside that is $13.5 billion for state and local governments to assist in enforcement. That's just to assist in enforcement. Where would the reimbursement money come from? Would it come from the border wall construction, the extra facilities they're going to need, the tech that they might need, the signing bonuses down here for even becoming an agent? Like, they have a pretty hefty budget in the ICE budget, don't get me wrong. But when money is already allocated to certain situations, and you have a person like Ted Cruz and John Cornyn, for matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Because both of those senators asked for the money. Something tells me that $2,000 coming to the American people is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, man. So I say all this to say this, man. Politicians play in your face all the fucking time, man. Donald Trump, he's announcing that these $2,000 checks could come around right before the midterm elections next year. There's a reason for that. To even have that in your mind is already having folks like, well, why would I vote against Republicans when they're literally discussing giving us money? Think about it. The reversal on the Epstein file situation, even though he was the main person against getting these files released, even going against Marjorie Greene Taylor still as we speak. And Marjorie Greene Taylor has been adamant that she wants these files released, that she even still maintains innocence of Donald Trump, and the fact that nobody has accused him in the whole Epstein debacle of any wrongdoing so far outside of Jeffrey Epstein, of course, in those emails. So the mental gymnastics you have to go through in order to believe any of this shit coming from MAGA is just astounding, man. But what do y'all think about this shit, man? Do y'all think we getting the 2 bans, bro? Should Texas be reimbursed for the money they spent on border security, even though they're a border state? What do y'all think, man? Y'all tell me.